Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. How are you today? Hopefully, you are doing great today. This video contains 10 questions of structured TOEFL exercises, and they are about the skills that we have studied in the previous videos. Therefore, it is suggested for you to watch them before you watch the video. So grab those videos and watch them. Okay, you may pause this video and do these 10 questions by your own, and you can share your correct number in the comment. But if you want directly to study all of them, you may continue. Okay, as the opening, let's discuss number 1. Mark Twain, blah 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 blah, the years after the Civil War, the Gilded Age. Is it the Gilded Age? Yeah, something like that. Based on what we have learned in the previous videos, to deal with structure, we have to find the subject and the verb. So, let's analyze this sentence. Is there any subject? Yes, Mark Twain is the subject. Then, does it have a verb? No. Therefore, we have to find the verb in options. There are two possibilities in options, namely the verb called and calling. But calling, the verb in cannot stand alone as the verb. It's incorrect. So, answer called is the best. Do not choose C and also D because it's gonna be double subject. Continue. Number 2. Early blah 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 toes instead of hoofs on their feet. Let's identify the subject and the verb of this sentence. Is there any subject? No. Then, does it have a verb? No as well. Therefore, we have to find both elements in options. The only option that consists of subject and verb is answer C, horses had. So that's the correct answer. Number 3. Blah blah blah. Grow close to the ground in the short Arctic summer. From this sentence, we can see that it has a verb, namely grow. But does it have a subject? No. The subject is missing, so we have to find it in options. Luckily, the only subject in option is answer B. The only subject in the options is answer B, tundra plants. Answer A and D are incorrect because they are not the subject. Karena setelah preposisi above dan for, jadi mereka itu adalah object of preposition. Answer C is incorrect too because it's gonna be double verb. Next, number 4. In 1867, blah blah blah, Alaska from the Russian for $7.2 million. Let's identify the subject and the verb of this sentence. Is there any subject? No. No subject. It's missing. Then, does it have a verb? No as well. Therefore, we have to find both elements in options. The only option that consists of subject and verb is answer D, the United States per case. So that's the answer. Number 5. Between 1725 and 1750, New England witnessed an increase in the specializations of blah 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 blah. From this sentence, we can see that this sentence has a subject, namely New England. But is there any verb? Yes, witness is the verb. So we don't need both element from options. We need something else to complete this sentence. Answer D. It occupied them is incorrect because it will be double subject and verb. Answer C is also incorrect with the same reason. Answer B, occupies, is incorrect too because it will be double verb. Therefore, the best answer is A, occupation. Hopefully it's clear for you. Number 6. The large carotid artery blah 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 to the main part of the brain. Let's analyze this sentence. Is there any subject? Yes. The large carotid artery is the subject. Then, does it have a verb? No. No verb. We can see this sentence has a complete subject. So, the sentence needs a verb directly after the word artery. Therefore, answer C is correct. Carries is a verb and blood is an object that complete this sentence. Next, number 7. Blah blah blah, radio as the first practical system of wireless telegraphy. Let's identify the subject and the verb. Is there any subject? No, no subject. Then, how about the verb? It's missing too. So the subject and the verb are missing. Therefore, we have to find both elements in options. The only option that consists of subject and verb is answer D, Marconi developed. So that's the answer. Number 8. In 1975, the first successful space probe to blah 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 beginning to send information back to Earth. Let's analyze this sentence. Is there any subject? Yes, the first successful space probe is the subject of the sentence. Then, how about the verb? No verb, unfortunately. Also, we can see that one element is missing in the subject. Therefore, we have to find an element to complete the subject and obviously the verb in options. There are two possibilities in options with the verb, namely answer C and D. But answer D, Venus, it was incorrect because it will be double subject. Therefore, the best answer is C, Venus was. That's the best answer. Number 9. The two biggest research blah 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 Arkansas are Hot Springs and Eureka Springs. We can see that the subject and the verb are complete. The two biggest the two biggest resort is the subject and are is the verb. We also can see that the subject is singular, but the verb is for plural, namely are. That is actually the clue for us to answer and complete this sentence. We have to make the subject into plural by adding another word at the end. Therefore, answer B, tones in is the best. By adding tones, the subject becomes plural and match with the verb. Don't choose answer C, it will be double verb. It's gonna be incorrect. And then the last, number 10, NASA's Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center, blah blah blah, control center for the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo spaceflight. Let's analyze this sentence. Do you see any subject? Yes, obviously, NASA's Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center is the subject. Then, does this sentence have a verb? Unfortunately, no. Therefore, we have to find the verb in options. So, we can see that the best answer is C, was the. That's all, everyone. How was that? Hopefully, everything is fine. You can understand every single number that I have explained to you. You may give me question on comment sections if you have something to ask. And to close this video, I want to emphasize that when we deal with structured question of the TOEFL test, we have to firstly make sure whether the sentence has a subject and whether the sentence has a verb or not. If one of them is missing from the sentence, you have to find it in options, okay? So that's the key to deal with the structured questions of the TOEFL test. If you can understand this concept, structure question of the TOEFL test will be a piece of cake. So that's all for me.